Welcome to BOJTV's Trending News for top stories in local, regional and international news, along with sports and local weather forecast. I'm Carla. Coming up in our local trending news, DPP says 4 criminal laws possibly breached in Reid and CMU matter. Transport Authority decries abuse of commuters' rights. Zero tolerance, Floyd Green sends a strong message to pre-deal arsonists, and St. Elizabeth Police seized 1,700 pounds of compressed ganja in Treasure Beach. Now the details. The Director of Public Prosecution, Paul Llewellyn, has found that 4 criminal laws may have been breached by key players in the Ruel Reid and Caribbean Maritime University corruption case. The DPP findings have been sent to the Financial Investigation Division, the FID, which is heading the case. The DPP says a 13-page file copy has also been sent to the Office of the Commissioner of Police, Major General Anthony Anderson. In addition to the breaches of the 4 criminal laws, the DPP says that there were possibly 2 common law offences and possible administrative breaches. Last week, the DPP arranged for 4 senior prosecutors to review the files presented to them by the FID, and after spending a week going over the documents, the DPP forwarded its findings to the authorities yesterday. The Commissioner of Police and the FID are expected to make a decision on a ruling. The transport authorities decry the blatant abuse of passenger rights, as highlighted by a recent video circulated on social media, and is warning offending operators that its operations team will be exercising a zero-tolerance approach to such incidents. The authorities has expressed deepest concern for the obvious distress suffered by the female passenger, whose rights as a commuter were clearly infringed, since every passenger has a right to freely embark and disembark a motor vehicle at any convenient point. The authority also publicly condemns the unsympathetic behavior of the driver of the motor vehicle, who disregarded his responsibility to ensure that passengers are transported in a safe, secure and comfortable manner. The authority has intensified its monitoring and regulating of public passenger vehicles through the use of technology. As a part of this thrust, the authority has added 2 applications to its monitoring system, WhatsApp and the Drive Safe Jamaica app, which are both fully functional and in use by the commuting public. Videos and pictures of infractions being committed by operators of public passenger vehicles may be uploaded to the Transport Authority's WhatsApp number 876-551-8196 or to the Drive Safe Jamaica app, which can be downloaded in Google Play Store. The authority encourages the public to fully utilize these applications to report the various infractions that may be committed by PPV operators, so that the appropriate sanctions under the Transport Authority's suspension and revocation policy can be applied. I am sending a clear signal. We are going to be taking a zero-tolerance approach. So for those who are in this business, ensure you have your proof in relation to where you have purchased your meat. Those were the words from Minister of State in the Ministry of Industrial Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries, the Honourable Floyd Green. Minister Green says that the ministry is embarking on a renewed initiative to tackle the issue of pre-deal larceny, which will target the marketplaces. Minister Green explained that a person selling meat must provide a proof of origin. He indicated that there will also be stronger enforcement of the agricultural produce receipt book system, which is in place to verify that goods were legitimately purchased from a farmer or vendor. He was speaking at the joint annual general meeting, the AGM, of the Jamaica Black Cattle Breeders Society and the Jamaica Red Pole Bull Breeders Society at Minard Estates in St. Anne on July 17. The Area 3 Narcotics Police in St. Elizabeth seized approximately 1,700 pounds of compressed ganja on the Cottage Main Road in Treasure Beach on Wednesday. Reports about the Pedro Plain Police are that between the hours of 8:50 p.m. and 1:50 a.m., lawmen intercepted 2 motor vehicles along the Cottage Main Road. Upon seeing the police, the drivers of both vehicles ran, leaving the cars behind. A search of the vehicles resulted in the discovery of 44 knitted bags containing 373 parcels of ganja, weighing approximately 1,700 pounds. The drugs and both vehicles were seized. A police operation carried out in Wilshire community in Anchovy, St. James yesterday resulted in 4 men being arrested and the seizure of a large quantity of stolen motor vehicle parts estimated at millions of dollars. The Freeport Police reported that on Thursday morning, a joint operation was carried out at premises in Wilshire community, where 3 men were seen loading the stolen motor vehicle parts into a truck. The men were taken into custody, and the items, which included fenders, bumpers, headlamps, front end parts, trunks, bonnets and engine parts were seized. The police say a Toyota Access motor car, which was reported stolen from Kingston on Wednesday, was also recovered at the premises. The Bustamonte Hospital for Children, the only specialist pediatric hospital in the English-speaking Caribbean, has substantially reduced its energy bill due to the support of the Guardsman Games. The purchase of the turnkey grid-tied system from proceeds of the games by the Guardsman Group Limited for US $10,494 was officially handed over to the hospital in July 2018. According to David Scott, senior manager of Future Energy Corporation, the company commissioned to install the system, the hospital is reaping monetary benefits. The 5K water system has an estimated production of 7,000 kilowatts annually. This will give an estimated annual savings of around $300,000 and is projected to provide a lifetime savings of Jamaica $28,759,495, Mr. Arscott shared. The system is also expected to provide green energy for the next 40 years, while paying back its investment value in 5 years. Those were your top stories making local trending news. Now join us for news from across the region, as well as our international story, sports and local weather forecast. From across the region. Earlier this year, U.S. Senators John Boozman and Michael Bennet submitted a draft bill to remove restrictions to private financing for U.S. agriculture export to Cuba, stating, "We've heard loud and clear that American farmers and ranchers want the opportunity to compete and sell their products around the world in the Cuban market," Bennet said in a communique. Cuba imports 80% of its food, has recommitted to capital investment alongside cooperation agreement in priorities sectors such as renewable energy and food security, is forging entrepreneurs, investment and employment, part of the national development strategy to the economic, commercial and financial blockade of Cuba. In keeping with Cuba's recent business forum on foreign investment, the application of the Helms-Burton Law, which codifies the economic, commercial and financial blockade of the United States oil refinery production, tobacco cultivation and pork production, have recommenced on a larger scale. In international news, a strong earthquake has shaken the Greek city of Athens, knocking out phone networks and power in parts of the city. The earthquake was registered at 5.1 magnitude with an epicenter about 22 kilometers northwest of Athens. Athenians ran out into the street and evacuated tall buildings as the tremor shook the capital for some 15 seconds. There were no reports of serious injuries, but several aftershocks have been felt. The strongest shock was of 4.3 magnitude, almost an hour after the initial quake hit. The earthquake was particularly felt in the center of Athens. There were reports that the fire service rescued over a dozen people trapped in elevators following the power outage. Residents posted footage on social media of the impact of the quake. Over in our sporting report, Digicel and the National Basketball Association, NBA, announced yesterday that former NBA player Carton Butler will participate in the Digicel NBA Jumpstart Elite Camp at Center of Excellence in Macoya, Trinidad and Tobago, July 20 to 21. The Elite Camp, to be run over 2 days, is for the top participants from the Digicel NBA Jumpstart program and will feature more than 30 of the top under 14 and under 16 players, including 20 boys and 14 girls from 4 countries across the Caribbean. The majority of participants were invited following their performance at Digicel NBA Jumpstart clinics that were held in Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, and Barbados earlier this year. Digicel and the NBA will select the top 14 boys and girls from the elite camp to receive an all-expense-paid trip to the United States, where they will scrimmage against local youth teams, attend NBA games, and experience a private city tour, among other activities. The 2019 Digicel NBA Jumpstart basketball basketball clinics, which are run by NBA assistant coaches and NBA international basketball operations staff, provided an on-court training to more than 200 participants from 3 countries. The elite camp will provide the top players with a chance to develop their skills alongside their peers from across the region. On your local weather forecast for this morning, insignificant feature: a tropical wave move across Jamaica. Additionally, there is a low-level jet stream across the central Caribbean. A tropical wave moves across the island today. Thereafter, a high-pressure ridge rebuilds temporarily across the island Saturday, ahead of another tropical wave late Sunday. Windy conditions persist, especially across southern parishes, due to the presence of the low-level jet stream. The forecast for this morning will see partly cloudy skies across sections of eastern parishes, mainly sunny elsewhere. Windy conditions are also expected. During this afternoon, widely scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms across central and western parishes with windy conditions. Tonight becoming fair. Maximum temperature expected for Kingston as well as Montego Bay today is 34 degrees Celsius. That was BOJTV's trending news, your top local, regional and international stories, as well as sports report and weather forecast. Until next time, I'm Carla. Thanks for watching.